Oh, hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Lisa, the art teacher. Welcome to my table of art. I'm sorry, I was watching The Little Mermaid, and they're singing Under the Sea. I love that song. Hold on, let me turn it off for you. Just one more second. It's so much fun. Don't you love it? All right. Let me turn it off. Bye. See you later. I love the movie and I love the music. The Little Mermaid and the song Under the Sea. Hey, isn't this week your first week at summer camp? And isn't the theme the ocean and the beach? Wow, that's perfect. We could do something about Under the Sea, just like the song. And I think I have just the project we can do. Hang on, I want to show it to you. This is my Under the Sea painting. I have a picture of a seahorse and a bunch of different fish, all kinds of seaweed and crusty crabs. That's my Under the Sea painting, and we're going to do this today. And do you know what this is all made from? Paint and your fingerprints. What do you think of that? Pretty cool? All right, and a little piece of cardboard. There's a little special trick I want to show you. So how about I come back and we talk about this project a little bit more, and you can get the idea of what we're doing. Hang on. Okay, so that was my Under the Sea painting. We're going to have a lot of fun making that. We're going to need some tempera paint. I will be sending that home, so you will be able to do this project. I'm also going to send you all the materials needed to complete this project at home, so not to worry, okay? How are you all doing at home? I hope you're doing fine. You know that I miss you all, and I really can't wait to be back in classroom with you. So let's get started with this really fun project. Hang on. Okay, boys and girls. I'd like to get started with this project, and the first thing you need to know is I'm going to be sending you what's called plastic wrap. Can you see this plastic wrap that I've already mounted to the table? It's a see-through plastic sheet. We're going to take our tempera paint. For the demonstration, I'm using acrylic because I don't have tempera at home, but I'll be sending you some tempera paint. And we're only going to use the blue to get started. And what I want you to do is take a little bit of the blue, put it on a piece of paper plate like I am. We're using the plates as our paint palette. This is enough here. Let's put this aside. I'm going to add a little bit of water because I want it to spread. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this paint and I'm going to paint the plastic, adding water each time I go back and forth. I'm going to dip it in the paint again, but I want to dip it in the water first and paint the plastic. You might want to use a wider brush, a bigger brush, so you can paint back and forth, adding the water each time to the paint, because we want the paint to be very thin and runny, because we don't want to paint the whole plastic. We want to see the gaps in between. See all the holes in between where you could see through? That's what we're really looking for. So more water, less paint, okay? Here we go. I think this is pretty good, right? I think we've covered a large area, and we could go on to the next phase. So I'm going to clean my brush out, and I'm going to get rid of this for now. I'm going to be sending home a big piece of white construction paper. What we're going to do now is we're just going to place it right over the plastic that we just painted, and we're going to rub because we want to transfer that paint onto this paper. And let's see how that looks. Wow, that looks beautiful. We've just set the stage for our undersea painting. How beautiful does that look? Doesn't it look like it's under the sea? Very nice. So let's put that to the side to dry. And now let's pick up the plastic, fold it in, and we're going to dispose of this in the garbage. Okay, there we go. All right, now you want to give this a chance to dry. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go right into the project. Now, the painting that we saw before, it has a bunch of little fish, some purple ones, some green and yellow ones. We've got some crabs. This is a seahorse. And this is just some made-up fish that I did using a piece of cardboard, which I'm going to show you. So, what I'd like to do now is I'd like to show you how to create these creatures. So let's start with the top of the page. And let's do some of these fish. We'll make a school of fish up in the top right corner of our painting. Now, what I want you to do is get your brush again. Choose what color you'd like to use for your fish. I noticed I didn't put green in there. So let me see if I could grab the green paint really fast. So if you give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. I just want to add some green to our palette because I think that's a good color. Again, I'm using acrylic, but for the project, you'll be using tempera paint. I didn't have it at home, so I needed to use the acrylic. Acrylic's not good because it won't wash up well. The tempera paint washes well. So I'm going to start with a little bit of this paint, and I'm going to paint my thumb. Look at that. I'm painting my thumb. You're probably saying, Miss Lisa, you're nuts. What are you doing? Because I want to leave a thumbprint. So I'm going to put my first fish down using my thumbprint. And I'm going to go back and get a little bit more paint. Make another thumbprint. How about a little bit more paint? Another thumbprint. There's a little bit of water mixed in with this paint so I could use it without brushing it on my finger again. The water was left on the brush from before when we painted our background. I didn't clean it and give it a chance to dry. So look at this school of fish I'm making. I got a lot of fish coming in. But does that look like a fish yet? No, there's something missing. I know what it is. It's the back fin. And it's a smaller size than the body. So you know what that means? We have to use a smaller finger. So how about I use my little pinky to make the fin that goes behind this fish. That's the fish's fin. How's that? Let's put this there, there, and there. So now I have a whole school of these green fish, but I also have fingers full of paint. So you might want to have a rag handy to wipe this off, okay? So hang on. You know, Miss Lisa doesn't have a rag handy, so I'll have to go get one. So stay right there and I'll be right back, okay? I want to go get my rag. Okay. I got my wipes to clean up my fingers. Now I'm going to start with my beautiful seahorse. Now that's going to be my knuckles. My fingers from here down will be the side and the bottom. So let me get my paint for him, which I'm going to use the red and the orange color together. Okay, so I'm going to paint my knuckles with the mixture of the colors. See what I'm doing here? I'm mixing them. 1, 2, 3, because I like the two colors together. Hope you have something to clean your hands. Let's fold them down and let's start this way. Rock your fingers back and forth so you get the whole imprint. Look at that. That looks great. Let's add some more to our fingers. This is really cool. A little messy, but again, you're going to be using the tempera paint, which is washable. I'm going to pack it up for you and send it home. Now we're going to add this to the side, rolling back and forth. And if you can't move your hand this way, move the paper in a way that you can. All right? Be a lot easier. Now coming down, we're going to use our thumbprints to create the tail of the seahorse. And let's just continue our thumbs until we make like a little curve going back up and in. Still doesn't look much like a seahorse, but that's okay. We're going to continue with our prints. 1 coming up, 3 coming up. 1, 2, 3. I'm dipping it back and forth into the yellow and orange paint. I'm going to go back to my pinky and make a long nose and a crisscross. And I'm going to take a little red dot and make his nose like that. Oh, look how good that came out. I'm going to use my other pinky, give him a big eyeball. Maybe a little bit bigger. That didn't come out too big. There we go. And what do you think I'm going to do with the orange? I'm going to put the orange right in the center. Little dot for his eye. Now he's got these wings coming out of the back. So that's going to be each one of these fingers. Here's 1. Rock your finger back and forth. 2. Rock my finger back and forth. And 3. I rock my finger back and forth. Wow, that's a beautiful seahorse. I think I'm going to add one more fingerprint here where I think you kind of missed it. Right in this area. And I'm just going to rock it back and forth. What a beautiful seahorse. You see him? Right in my ocean. And now when he dries, I can add a little detail. I can add the eyeball here. I think I'm going to add some dots at the end of his wings here. 1, 2, 3. That kind of makes it stand out more. And you can just keep adding dots if you want to create a little bit more distinction of the direction on where the body is going. Let's add some dots along the way. Make it look like vertebrae. Look at that. Now he becomes more of a uniform creature. I like that. Big dots on the tops. The orange and orange and yellow go really nice together, don't you think? Well, that's our seahorse. And how about, let me go clean my hand now because I've got all this orange and yellow all over me, so hang on. Okay, I'm back from cleaning my hands. So, I want to show you the trick with the cardboard. So I have a piece of cardboard here for you. And I want you to just dip the edge into the cardboard. We can mix the pink and the purple. And how about we put this fish right here? So I'm putting the cardboard straight down and I'm just going to turn it back and forth like it's waving. Need a little more paint. I didn't get a lot on there. More paint. And bring it back and forth. Slide the cardboard back and forth, keeping the one point in this spot without moving that, and just pivot the cardboard back and forth. So I have almost what looks like a triangle. I'm going to fill up my cardboard with some more paint by dipping it into my paint palette. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite end of the fish. Back and forth, back and forth. Same thing, back and forth, connect the two pieces. So we have almost the shape of a fish, but now we want to give him his back fin. And look at this. There's our fish. How beautiful does he look? So maybe we'll add some fins, some more fins sticking out of the side. You can do whatever you want. Use the edge of the cardboard to make these lines. Some coming on the top, some coming out on the bottom. You make imaginary fish. There's no right or wrong here. You're the one who's the artist. So now I'm putting a little fingertip so I can make an eyeball. There we go. And maybe I'll make the center purple. There we go. I'm creating as I go, making up what kind of fish I want to make. Now, if you notice, I have some seaweed on the bottom. I used my cardboard for the seaweed as well. So now I'm just going to dip it into my green, and I'm just going to scrape up. I don't have to pivot if I don't want to. I could just bring the cardboard up. There's no right or wrong here. I could also flip it back and forth. Make a different kind of a seaweed at the bottom of the sea. You're the creative artist here. These are your creative decisions. I want you to use your own artistic decisions when you create your art with Miss Lisa. You should know that by now. I like you to explore, use your imagination, take chances. That's how we learn. See, simple scrapes. Now, how about we add some of these crabs, huh? I'm going to use my thumb for the crabs. I have a whole bunch of crabs roaming the bottom of the sea. All the friends. You know what would be really nice? We should add some music. How about some of that Under the Sea? There we go. We're creating our crabs under the sea. I'll play this while I make my crabs. I'm going to take my cardboard to create the lines that create his legs. I'm dipping it into my paint. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to create an illusion of a crab. See how he's going? They could go into one another. He's a big one. See how I'm scraping with my cardboard? Beautiful, right? Under the sea creatures. They're beautiful. Okay. I think that's enough with the music, but thank you very much. Remember, you got to see that movie, The Little Mermaid. All right, I think we need something right over here in this area, up here or down here. How about we do some smaller fish? What color should we go into? Do you want to try some blue fish with our thumbs? Let's make a couple of blue fish all traveling together as a family. 1, 2, and 3. And we'll use our little finger to create the back fins. Okay, that looks good. That filled up this area. We want to keep a nice balance when we create our seascape. We don't want everything all on one side. We want to balance out our painting so when we look at it, we enjoy it because it's all balanced. Everything's not on one side. Our head's not tilted over looking to one side. We're looking at it as a whole. We see an entire under the sea world and how beautiful and how well balanced it is. Very good job. All right, how about we let this dry? We could go clean up all our hands and our fingers and put our paintbrushes away. And we'll come back when this dries and we'll add a few little details like eyeballs and maybe some fins. Or maybe I'll even add some eyeballs right now to these guys. 1. Nice bright yellow eyeballs. And we'll put the black marker eyeballs in the center. So this one's good. How about we use a little orange over here with the seahorse? He looks good. Right? Oh, these guys have no eyes. We'll give them some eyes too. That was easy enough. And the crabs, we're going to use a marker to create those eyes. So I think that this looks pretty good, and I think we're done with this. Let it dry, and we'll come back, and we'll give the details to all our fish, okay? I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, I think we're all set here. I think it may be dry enough that we could start adding some eyes to all our creatures. So I'm going to take a big fat marker, black marker, and make some eyes on my crabs. Oh, I have the music playing in the background. I'll lower it a little bit. I just love this Little Mermaid music. Under the sea. What we're doing, we're making under the sea creatures. Get in the mood when you start painting. Put on some music. Makes you feel good, right? Okay, so make sure this is all dry. Nice, right? He looks good. These still look a little wet. Oh, we're okay. And last, how's that look, guys? Pretty good? Well, that's it for today. For the Under the Sea with me and the Little Mermaid. Thank you, Little Mermaid music. We enjoyed it. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for today. I want you to enjoy yourself this week at your first week of summer session camp. And I hope you enjoy making your under the sea creatures as I did. Enjoy yourself. While you're doing it, play some music, Little Mermaid, Under the Sea. Get ready for the feeling of being at the ocean, being on the beach. Just enjoy yourself. Have a great time, kids. This is Miss Lisa saying, ciao for now. See you next week. I hear you're going camping. I love camping. Can't wait.